Good morning, Bristol. Welcome to another episode of the Best of Bristol. Today, I'm wearing a different hat. I have the privilege of being a member of the Public Safety Building Committee. And in that capacity, I have with me Chief Christopher Bean from the Police Department, Chief Ben LaRoche from the Fire Department, and we're inside the new Public Safety Building and thought the community deserves a tour as we continue with construction and look forward to an opening at the end of July. Right now, we're in the main entrance, the lobby area. How about you guys tell us where we are and what's happening in here?
Yeah, Bruce, so we're in the lobby right now. Coming into the building, there's a 24-hour vestibule that will allow for access to the police department or the fire department. If you have a need to come into the building or meet with somebody, you'll be welcomed into the lobby where you can go either direction for whatever your business is, and then immediately behind us is the entryway to the meeting and training room.
Well, what do you say we take a look in the meeting room and see what that's all about, because that will also be available for community use for special occasions and on request. So let's take a walk through. We're in the main meeting room, training room now, and this is an area that has never existed in Bristol before, where it's a shared space for both police and fire training, emergency medical services, and also for community use for meetings. And it gives us desk space. It also provides an emergency operations center. And Chief Bean, you've also mentioned that you have some benefits with officer training.
Yeah, so here in our last building, we didn't have a training room. So having a training room now, we'll be able to have companies come in, host trainings, which would be free to the hosting agency. And in return, we don't have to pay for those trainings to send our officers to Guilford, Concord, or wherever, as well as we won't have to pay for the officer to travel that far.
And Chief, you've also had the same benefit, a little bit expansion.
Yeah, it's the benefit to us is we've always had a large training room, and so we've been able to host trainings like the police chief has said. The change for us is it's not also our dining room, our storage, our fitness room anymore. It's a dedicated training and meeting space. The other part is obviously comparing the two sites is far more parking, so it's a lot easier to host those 20 to 25 person Fire 1, Fire 2 classes for this area and to continue to train.
Well, it sounds like quite an exciting improvement, and we look forward to the opening. Adjacent to the meeting room is another shared space, a kitchen and dining area. As we know, fire and EMS are on duty 7/24. Police, for the most part, can operate out of their cruisers with modern electronics, but it's necessary from time to time to come back to the home base, and this will be the kitchen space. As you can see, everything's still under construction. Anybody interested in donating a stove for the kitchen, we'd welcome it. And Chief, anything that you find that's kind of exciting about having this new space?
Yeah, again, similar to the meeting room, it truly separates our dining area and our kitchen space. So you don't, during lunch break, you might have a part of the crew or somebody off duty come in to work out and they're working out 15 feet away from you. This allows you to truly take a break, eat a meal, unwind. And then particularly in the firehouse, and one of the benefits to having this public safety building, a lot happens around that dining room table. There's a lot of good discussion that happens, training conversations, and it allows really both sides time to get together, iron out any issues, whether it's with the cohabitation of this building or out on the street and the way we work together for public safety purposes.
Well, look forward to getting in here too. We've continued around the building and moved back towards the front of the building. Off to this side is the street. Behind the camera is the entryway, the lobby, and the counter where people will be able to come in, conduct business with the police department. This will be the administrative and records area. And This will provide some additional security also for officers and staff. Can you explain how this will be furnished?
Yeah, so this is our administrative assistant's office. Similar to our old building, when the public comes in, our office is right here to greet the public. The benefits here now is she has a lot of file cabinets for all the records. When people come to make a request, she, in our old building, would have to go down the hallway or up the stairs to get some of those records, where now we'll be able to have it all within this room or our records room right off of this room. So this room will be filled with file cabinets and her desk, so she has easy access to everything.
And opposite, on the other side, will be a similar space for the fire department and emergency medical services. So, Chief, we've now moved over to from the front of the building to the left side, which is the police area. And what is this room for?
So this room, this is our patrol officer's room. This is kind of the space of their own area where they'll type up their reports, do all of their paperwork. Every accident, arrest, or offense that we take requires approximately an hour's worth of paperwork. So this will give them their own space. They'll have a desk here with a computer that they can type all that up, where it's nice, quiet, and it's their own area.
And now, areas off ahead of where we're looking at, those are your booking and secure areas for holding cells?
Yeah, so this area, the PD, is a more secured area. Right off of the patrol room is our booking room. There's a door that separates it. We've got 2 holding cells in the booking room, as well as right off the patrol room is our juvenile holding cell. The juvenile cell has to be sound and sight separated from the adult area, so that's right off of the patrol room. So if we had a juvenile in there, we would still be able to monitor the juveniles.
So this is the first time that Bristol has had these facilities to comply with the legal requirements of federal and state law.
Yeah, so that was one of the major things, is the juvenile cell in our old building. If we had juveniles, what we would do is bring them into our patrol area to sit them, or somebody's office. So they were in an area, so they were sight and sound separated from adults, but they were also in an area of the building that they really shouldn't have been, in somebody's office where they could see some paperwork that they shouldn't have. So now they've got their own area.
Well, what do you say we take a look in those rooms also? Because once this building opens, those will all be secure areas, not available for public use. We've now moved from the area of records and administration over to the booking room, where should someone be detained, they'll be brought into this area. And obviously, we're still under construction, waiting for benches and other equipment to come in. And behind the chief, the 2 holding cells. So much to see, much to do, and we're still plugging forward and on schedule. The large garage door behind me is the sally port for the police department. And Chief, explain what that does for the community and how it operates.
Yeah, so the sally port was a big thing for the new building. Our old building did not have one. So now we'll have the ability, when we have an arrestee, to open the garage door, we'll pull the cruiser in here, close the garage door again, and right off from the sally port is our entrance straight into the booking room. So we'll be able to take any arrestees right from here and into the booking room. At the last PD, when we would pull up, we would have to go down 3 sets of stairs to a landing, open the door, go down 3 more sets of stairs, down a hallway, and into our booking room. So this setup now will be able to pull right in, walk them right into the booking room. And the major benefit is, once we've got the door closed, the arrestee wouldn't be able to take off running on us or really escape once we get in here.
So what we have is significantly improved officer safety, significantly improved safety for the arrestee, because sometimes these people are having emotional issues, argumentative, intoxicated, and this keeps everything on one level. So it provides that, and it also provides privacy for the arrestee and security for everyone involved in the process.
Yeah,
So, quite an improvement. We've now moved into the evidence room. this is probably the most secure area of the entire facility. And I'll ask the chief to explain why is that important and what type of security do we have in here?
So the evidence room in our last building was needed major improvements. In the last building, we just had an office, an old office that we turned into an evidence room that was a small area. This building now is a completely secured area. It's got a secured metal door to get into that our evidence officer will be the only person who has a key to get inside this room. So no other officers will even be able to enter into the building. Off from the evidence room, we have our evidence lockers that in our previous building were down a hallway. So when the evidence officers would have to take the evidence out of there, walk it down the hallway, and then bring it into the evidence room. Now officers will be able to take the evidence from the booking room, place it into the lockers, then the evidence officer will be able to come into the room and open up the evidence from the back side of those lockers and remove those items and put them away properly for court down the road.
So what we're really talking about is what I've heard it called the chain of custody, where every time that evidence is handled, it has to indicate who's handled it, how secure it's been kept, so that there's no doubt when it goes from an arrest to the courtroom, nothing has changed. And we can account for where the evidence was at all times, from seizing the evidence to presenting it in court.
Correct. So now it will come right from the officer straight to the lockers that are right inside the evidence room.
Well, why don't you show us what the lockers look like and how they work? Because this is something that's quite significant and makes it easier for everyone involved in the process.
So this isn't installed yet. This locker will actually be spun. So these doors right here will be in the hallway of the booking room. The officers just come in, open up the locker, place their evidence inside it, then close it. Once they close it, that door will lock. And then on the back side of here is a large door that will be inside the evidence room. So the evidence officer just comes in, opens up that large door, and is able to pull the evidence directly out of the locker and place it on the shelf.
Well, much better for use in court and much safer for everyone involved in the process. We've moved out of the evidence room now into a main corridor that runs from the front of the building to the back. And Chief, a lot of doors, a lot of space. What's in this area?
Yeah, so this area is more of our administrative area now. This is off from our booking area, which has two secured doors separating the administrative area from the booking area, so people are not able to just come over here. So here we've got our armory room, a supply closet, our exit from the administrative back into the area that we share with the fire department. And then down the hallway, we've got our three offices for my office, the lieutenant's office, and our sergeant's office, as well as a bathroom off from here. Down this hallway is towards our booking room. The evidence room is off that hallway, as well as our interview room is across from the evidence room.
Thank you.